Hello, everybody. You're with the Emerald Bolt, and this episode is going to be a little bit more headcanon-y conjecture than what my usual standard is. Today's episode is going to be on: did Twilight and Cadence gain their Alicorn ship by themselves, or were they given a hand? Is really today's subject. Now, this is more headcanon than I usually do, so bear with me. The reference episode I will be using will be a magical mystery cure, because we don't know how Cadence gained her ascension, so we can't do anything other than speculation on her part. So we're just going to have to use Twilight as a reference. Now, the scene involves Twilight and Celestia discussing Twilight's accomplishment in being able to complete Star Swirl's magic. Now, whether this is the pinnacle event that actually got Celestia to go, you know what, bugger it, let's do it. But you will notice, if you look at the scene closely while I describe this, it's actually pretty somewhat obvious that I might be right. I might be. I mean, obviously I may not be, because this is my own personal theory. But I think I might just be right. Now, Celestia talks about she being ready, that Twilight is ready. Now, this obviously means that she's ready for her ascension, but I think that the only thing that stopped Twilight previously from ascending earlier was that Celestia didn't give her ascension chip. Now, giving this point, that would mean that both Luna and Celestia would actually be an elevated position above every other pony in existence, and actually could be considered gods in their own right, which, if we go along that line, then throws out any theory or thoughts about them coming from another country populated by Alicorns, but that they are just came into existence like any other god that we all worship or think of these days. But obviously, they're much more effective on their plane than ours are. But this would also explain many of the differences between Cadence, Twilight, Luna, and Celestia. Now, we know that Cadence and Twilight are not immortal, do not possess the same levels of power, and are not really pivotal, if you know what I mean. Now, we know that Cadence is the current ruler of the Crystal Empire, and that Twilight is the current element of magic. But both of these lovely lasses are going to pass away from old age eventually, and others will take their place. Cadence is going to have a child, the child will become the next ruler. Twilight will die. It's a sad thought, that, but she will eventually, and so will the rest of the other elements, and others will take their place. Maybe their own children in the future, maybe others, don't know. But Celestia and Luna will go on, as they have for the last 1,000 years, and they will continue. But this also brings into question why that we know that Celestia and Luna have such protective feelings of their population. Celestia would rather put herself in harm's way than see her subjects, even her own guardsmen, injured. Now, this also begs the question of why doesn't she ascend everybody else? Why not just make everybody an Alicorn, and then, that would be cool and stuff. But then, that's mainly the main counter argument to my own headcanon, is why doesn't she do that? Maybe because it would keep her busy for the next 100 years trying to do all of that, but maybe she can only unlock the power of ascension within a candidate if they have done something worthy to receive it. Because we know that this spark protrudes from Twilight's chest that transforms her into her Alicorn version of herself. Maybe only Celestia or Luna can unlock that spark, but that spark lies within all ponies within Equestria. Maybe it just needs to be actually unlocked, like a door or a chest, for example. Which leads me to another off thought when it comes to Celestia and Luna. If Celestia and Luna are ever banished, defeated, killed even whenever any period of time occurs, does that mean that considering that they may very well be the pinnacle of equestrian evolution, being gods themselves, does that mean that all Alicorns would cease to be? If Celestia and Luna are the only ones who could unlock the potential of a pony to become an Alicorn, their demise would mean the end of Alicorns for all time. Now, and yeah, that would probably not be a very good thing. But that's just a second trail of thought. Now, I know this one's been pretty short, but thanks for sticking with me, guys. I will continue to post stuff next week, as usual, because, stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, talk to me on the forums, game with me. I'm on Steam by the same name, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, you've been with the Emerald Bolt. Hooroo, guys.